Exactly 1 year ago today, I was in Guatemala with a group from northern Michigan on a medical mission trip.
Yeah, it was a trip I was also lucky enough to take, and right now there's a group down there with many representing Munson Medical Center doing good for the very kind people with very little access to medical care. Now, we caught up with one of the young men who is on this trip as we speak. He was packing up and preparing to make a special connection on this extraordinary journey.
It's a medical mission trip, and we are going down with Munson Medical Team.
We'll be there a week. There's 30 of us in the team. We'll be serving in 2 villages, and during that time we'll see probably about 1,400 patients.
This is a trip John Cox has taken numerous times for both humanitarian aid and medical care. 9 and 10 News even tagged along twice. But they also came bearing gifts from Michigan. But this will be a first for 20-year-old Seth Beaudry.
It's going to be probably one of the most challenging things that I've come across since post-accident, and but also the most inspiring thing that I've done, and motivating thing, and yeah, I'm like flustered just thinking about it.
It was the crash that put Seth in this wheelchair, paralyzed from the waist down. That was on his 19th birthday in 2017.
I'm just so humble and blessed to be alive. It's a miracle.
As Seth worked on his recovery, there was another young man on the other side of the earth who had a connection.
Tim Manzer is one of the pastors at New Hope, and he shared with me this just like super compelling video.
If he's still in earth, it's because God has a bigger purpose for his life.
It was with this guy named Jose, and he hadn't left his bed for like 4 years. And he's also paralyzed from the waist down.
He was paralyzed 4 years prior when he was working under a car and a jack slipped. He just had such an amazing positive attitude, and that really struck us.
And that meeting sparked an idea, a fire that just continued to grow. Seth has crossed paths with many at Munson Medical Center since his crash.
And this nurse, Kate, was like amazing. She was the one that got the glass out of my hair. Like, she was the one that gave me a sponge bath. And she was like, helped my mom after these first couple days in ICU when it was super traumatic.
When she heard Seth was going, she's like, sign me up. I didn't even talk to her about the cost or anything, the details.
I just felt a real kinship with them, and so to know that this much time afterwards, he's seen that much recovery to want to go on this trip was just really significant. I'm excited to see him, to spend this time with him. It'll be really, really amazing.
For Kate, the journey to a third world country is a bit out of her comfort zone.
And I was in mission work many, many years ago. I haven't actually left the country for 30 years. So that's significant for me.
But there are others who have made this trip before and can't wait to get back.
They wait in line in 95 degrees for hours and hours. And the first thing they say when they sit down at the table is, thank you for coming. It's like, thank you for having us. And it's such a spiritual experience to go down there.
Mark Anderson also encountered Seth at Munson just before surgery.
Because we don't always know what happens after they leave. And so it's great to see that he's doing so well, but then it's such an added bonus to be able to share something as special as Guatemala.
From the trip itself,
he has a deep faith and hope, and he would tell you to keep on fighting.
To meeting Jose.
I'm hoping Seth is inspired by this, but I hope he inspires Jose too. Jose's just this incredible guy, and you know, there's something there drawing those two together. It seems very remarkable.
To reconnecting with the people who helped save his life.
Being able to serve together, not as caregiver and patient, but as, you know, caregivers, fellow caregivers, that's going to be something pretty remarkable, I think, for the staff and for Seth.
A life-changing crash is leading to a life-changing opportunity for this young man who wants to use his experience to inspire others.
I'm hoping to come back with is just perspective and a bigger story, and help remind more people on why we should be more grateful for what we have.
And I'm like, what?
I know. I'm just speechless.
Yeah, and so they are there right now as we speak. Yeah. I'm waiting for John is supposed to send me an update. Jose and Seth are supposed to meet tomorrow. But this, I mean, you've been there. This is a huge challenge for someone who is in a wheelchair. And John's like, it's not just a wheelchair.
It's a huge challenge for anybody, emotionally, in my opinion. But then to have those other barriers that you need to overcome at the same time, I can't even imagine.
Well, and then there's health concerns as well. I mean, he's got catheters, and he's worried about the heat and different things.
Right.
And literally, Jose lives halfway up a mountain. So there's a high school, football player who's coming that's literally going to carry him on his back up this mountain. So there's a lot of more moving parts to the story. I'm just grateful that John let me know and let us tell the story.
John's the best.
Yeah, he's really.
You can tell just when he speaks, he's the most sincere, wonderful person.
He is.
So,
and he's the reason all these connections happen. Yeah. So we are eager to see. Hopefully, we'll have photos tomorrow. A little bit of an update. So.
I'm gonna cry like a baby. I already know it. That's so awesome. Well, best of luck to all of them.
Yeah.